Good morning, students. In our last class, we discussed about parallel resonance circuit. In our today's class, we are going to discuss about locus diagrams. So, let us see what is a locus diagram. What is the definition of the locus diagram? So, here is the definition: is the path traced by a tip of the current vector when the parameter R, L and C varied is called locus diagram. సో ఇక్కడ లోకస్ డయాగ్రామ్ అంటే ఏంటంటేనమ్మా, ఇప్పుడు మనం ఆర్ఎల్సి సిరీస్ సర్క్యూట్ కన్సిడర్ చేసుకున్నప్పుడు వైల్ చేంజింగ్ ఎనీ వన్ ఆఫ్ ది పారామీటర్, దట్ మీన్స్ ఎయిదర్ రెసిస్టర్, కెపాసిటర్ ఆర్ ఇండక్టర్. సో ఆ మూడు పారామీటర్స్లో ఏదో ఒకటి మనం వేరీ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు ఆటోమేటికల్లీ దెర్ ఈజ్ ఎ చేంజ్ ఇన్ కరెంట్. సో ఇఫ్ యూ డ్రా ది వెక్టర్ ఫర్ దట్ కరెంట్స్, ఓకేనా, సో బై వేరింగ్ ది parameters current is also varies. Now we are drawing the vector diagram for that current, and the path traced by the current is considered as a locus diagram. Okay na? So let us see here series RL circuit with varying resistance. That means here we are considering the RL circuit. In that RL circuit, R is the variable resistor and XL is the fixed inductor. Now let us see how the locus diagram is drawn for this circuit. Okay na? So here we are considering only two elements, that is resistor and another one is inductor. Okay na? So if you draw the phasor diagram for a pure resistive circuit, it will be like this. That means this is the voltage vector, this is the current vector. While the circuit is a pure resistive circuit, the voltage and currents are in phase. Okay na? This is about the resistive circuit. But if you consider inductive circuit, that means this is the voltage vector and the inductor is exactly 90 degrees lag with the voltage vector. This is about the pure inductive circuit. But here we are considering the combination of both inductor and resistor. Okay na? So and here we are considering that resistive circuit is varying. That means see the diagram here, this resistor is varying and this XL is kept constant. So let us see how the inductor phasor diagram is drawn for this circuit. Okay na? So let us consider R is 0. So we are consider a RL circuit. In that RL circuit, the R becomes 0. That means in our circuit only inductor is present. Then what is the phasor diagram for this situation? That means when R is equal to 0, okay na? So when R is equal to 0 means we consider only inductive circuit. Okay na? So according to the previous discussion, we conclude that when there is a pure inductive circuit is present, the current is lags by 90 degrees. This is the current and this is the voltage V. This is the situation when R is at 0. If you increased little bit resistance, then what happens means the phase angle is increases little bit. Okay na? Similarly, in the same way, if you increase the value of the resistance, Okay na? The phasor diagram will be like this. That means this all are ILs, and at finally when r tends to infinity, that means at r is equal to infinity, at r is equal to infinity, this I becomes 0. So if you add this all point, that is this point, this point, this point, this point, and this point, and finally this one. So if you trace the all the points, we are getting the waveform like this. Okay na? That means we are getting the waveform like this. At the time of r is equal to 0, the current is at situation, and if you increase little bit RL, it is like this, and if you increase little more, like this, after that like this. When r tends to infinity, this I becomes 0. So this is the way of tracing path. Okay na? So this diagram is called as a locus diagram. Here we are considering a RL circuit. In that RL circuit, R is variable and L is constant. Okay na? Fixed value. So for the circuit we are drawing the locus diagram, and the locus diagram is like this, like a semi-cycle. So let us see the mathematical expression for this semicircle. That means if you consider any network, that means any RL circuit, the locus path will be semicircle. So we are going to prove this in mathematical way. So if you consider, this is the impedance triangle. Already we saw in the previous classes. This is the R, this is XL, and this Z is the impedance. That is the combination of both R plus XL. This is the overall impedance diagram. Okay na? So from this diagram only we write the equations. That means tan theta is equal to XL divided by R. From this, theta is equal to tan inverse of XL by R. Similarly, if you write the sin theta from this diagram, we get XL by Z. Okay na? Similarly, cos theta is equal to R by Z. These are the trigonometric equations we are getting from the impedance triangle. Okay na? From the impedance triangle we are getting these equations. By using these equations only, we are going to find out the what is the path of the locus diagram for a series RL circuit. Already we seen this is a semicircle, but we are going to show this in a mathematical way. Okay na? So let us find the load current IL. So how can we find out this IL? That means load current IL is equal to V by Z, and voltage by impedance. Here Z is the impedance of the given circuit. Okay na? So see here, from equation 3, Z is equal to XL by sin theta. So now I am writing this Z value in equation number 1. That means from equation number 1 we have IL is equal to V by Z. That means voltage by impedance. Here from the sin theta equation we are finding the Z value as a XL by sin theta. Now I am substituting this here. Okay na? V by XL sin theta. If you simplify this, then we get V by XL into sin theta. This is the IL value. Next, let us consider IX is equal to IL sin theta, IY is equal to IL cos theta. Okay na? So from here IX is equal to V by Z into XL by Z. How can we write this equation? Means from equation number 5. that means from this equation we are writing this Ix is equal to V by Z into XL by Z. How can we already from equation 1 we have IL is equal to V by Z and sin theta is equal to XL by Z. That means IL is equal to V by Z, sin theta is equal to XL by Z. Similarly, we are writing IL is equal to V by Z and cos theta is equal to R by Z. Just we are replacing the equations what we are getting in previous values. Okay na? So from here Iy is equal to VR by Z square. Now squaring and adding the equation number 7 and equation number 8, we are getting Ix square plus Iy square is equal to Vxl square by Z square plus VR by Z square whole square. If we simplify this thing, we are getting V square XL square plus V square by R square by Z power 4. Okay na? So this Ix square plus Iy square, and by simplifying this value we are getting V square into X square plus R square by Z power 4. And already we know that impedance of the circuit is equal to R square plus X square. Okay na? So by replacing here as a Z square, V square into Z square by Z power 4, here we are considering this Z square and this power 4, so we are getting V square by Z square. Okay na? So from equation 7 we have, that means from equation 7, this is the equation number 7. From this equation we get this side Z square, this side we are getting Z square is equal to Vxl by Iy. Okay na? So I am writing this here. Now from equation 10 and from equation number 11, so by using these two equations we can write the next equation as Ix square plus Iy square is equal to V square by XL, V into XL by Ix. Okay na? So here this square and this V gets cancelled. Finally we are getting V by XL into Ix. Okay na? So after that we are getting this term this side, so we are getting Ix square plus Iy square minus V by XL into Ix is equal to 0. After that, adding V by 2 into XL whole square on both sides, we are getting the equation like this. And furtherly we are simplifying, that means let us consider this value, this value and this value. These three are like a formula a minus b whole square. Okay na? So if you apply this and simplifying, we are getting Ix square minus V by 2x whole square plus this Iy I am writing as it is here, that is equal to V by 2x whole square. Let it be the equation number 12. Okay na? So if you compare this with generalized circle equation, this is the generalized circle equation, that means x minus h whole square plus 5 minus k whole square is equal to r square. By comparing above two equations, we conclude that the radius of the given path is v by 2xl and center for this circle is v by 2xl comma 0. That means directly we are proving that the path traced by the RL series circuit, it is a semicircle shape. Here we are getting the equation of circle. Okay na? That means it is present in the form of circle. So this is about the RL circuit. Okay na? RL circuit locus diagram. Here we are varying only R. This is about RL series circuit with variable R. That means resistance is variable. Next, let us consider RC circuit with variable resistance. Here also we are considering only resistance is variable. Okay, na? So let us consider practically. Here we are consider only pure capacitive circuit. What is the phasor diagram for the first one is, if this is the current wave, voltage is lags by 90 degrees. This is the for pure capacitive circuit. That means voltage is lagging by 90 degrees. If we consider pure resistive circuit, the voltage and currents are in phase. Okay, na? So here we are considering RC circuit. So here we are considering RC circuit with variable R. That means resistance R is variable and capacitance C is fixed. Let us see how these locus diagram is exist for a RC circuit with variable R. So let us consider R is equal to 0. If R is equal to 0, then what happened to the phasor diagram? If R is equal to 0 means it contains only in capacitive circuit. That means only, see here, this is the, suppose if you consider only capacitive circuit, what is the phasor diagram means? Let us consider this is the voltage. What about the current in a capacitive circuit? It is 90 degrees leading with voltage. Okay, na? This is the actual phasor diagram for a RC circuit when R becomes 0. For suppose if R is little bit increases, that means the phasor diagram is like this. That means the phase angle little bit varies to this side, and after that if you increase the resistive values, then it increases little bit. If further increase, it increases little bit like this. And when the resistance becomes maximum, that means there is a negligible capacitance is existed, then the current is in phase with the voltage. Okay, now so if you draw the, that means attach all these endpoints, we are getting the phasor diagram, a locus diagram like this shape. Okay, now that means this is the step-by-step method for finding of the locus diagram for a series RC circuit with variable or resistance. Okay, now that means here the phase angle is changes by increasing the, at finally it becomes maximum. So finally we are getting the locus diagram like this. This is about the series RC circuit with variable resistance. Okay, na? Next let us see series RL circuit with variable XL. With variable XL, that means let us see if XL is equal to 0, what happened to the phasor diagram? That means if you consider voltage like this, the current is also in phase. Okay, now this is the voltage waveform and this is the current waveform, both are in phase. Next, if you increase the capacitive value little bit, then the current where is out of phase. Okay, now after that if you increase step by step, we are getting the phasor diagram like this. That means that current through the inductance is 0 at the time of starting, and if you further increase it becomes maximum. Okay na? This is about the locus diagram for XL. Once again, see how the phasor locus diagram is drawn for the circuit. Here we are considering XL is variable. Okay na? XL is variable, that means current is in phase, that is magnitude also becomes 0. Current through the inductor, okay na, is 0. After that we increase the XL value little bit, then there is a phase difference is existed, okay na, with some magnitude. After that we increase it further. If we attach all these points, we are getting the locus diagram. We have to consider magnitudes also, not only phasor diagrams. That's why we are getting the semicircle shape. At time of x is equal to 0, we are getting this point. Okay now, if you increase it, this is the way of applying locus diagram for the given circuit. Next, see RC circuit. RC circuit. Here in this RC circuit, R is fixed and XC is variable. That means XC value is changes. So if you consider only XC is equal to 0, at this situation here only pure resistive circuit is existed. At that situation this is in phase with the voltage. Okay na? After that, if you increase the XC value, it increases little bit, and further way, in this way it is increases and magnitude is reducing. Okay na? So when XC becomes maximum, this becomes 0. Okay na? So this is the way of drawing up the locus diagram for a series RC circuit with variable XC. Okay na? So in our next class we will discuss about parallel circuits. Okay na? Thank you, Amma.